Peace, peace, heaven now. Now's the vibrate, of course. You gotta have fun on your growth and you gotta use your imagination, you know what I'm saying? And I'm laughing because I'm thinking about, like, I had like a little animated story pop up of like how my, basically the story of my growth and how, I was progressing, so on point, and then end up, having to dive back into another, almost like another dark night of the soul after the first one, in so many ways. And I'm like, it's literally like my spirit, was like on point, you know what I'm saying, walking. And again, it's all your inner aspects. So as much as you might want to try to point the finger and say, oh, when so and so came around, or when such and such did this, or when it, those things may have triggered an inner aspect of you, that caused you to act a certain way, or, deal with a situation a certain way, but it's all you. So anyway, like vision, like my spirit walking down the hall, and then like one aspect of myself kind of like bam, you know what I'm saying, jab, boom. And more so like the ego, you know what I'm saying, like the human aspect come through and pop, and then spirit chase after that one, then another one like kind of like pop, you know what I'm saying, spirit chase after that one. And and basically by spirit even chasing it to that extent, it's bringing it down to that level, that awareness level, so those little small punches was like, bringing me down the hallway and like, making me run down one hallway, and then again another little ego part of myself hit me, and bam, I go the other way, and this is where I busting out laughing, and then like after all those little small licks, it lowered my vibration just enough for, if y'all grew up in schools where they used to fight a lot, and you know what I'm saying, especially like I think more so about like the South and the hood. That's where I'm from, and I just know like we tend to have like that country, fighting vibe from that perspective. It was less about knives and guns and stuff like that, because again, you live in a small community, everybody knew everybody, so it's like you wasn't just gonna kill your first cousin at school, you know what I'm saying, over something you could fight about. But anyway, so after those little parts of me that kind of again like got me, kind of done, well, I'm still aware, but my vibration then kind of shifted a little lower and a little lower and just low enough. And again, and think about it like, again, like our vibration is like a song, and as we play this song, it aligns us with other things that's playing this song, you know what I'm saying? And so as I'm again like chasing that little ego aspect of myself and chasing, after that punch, my vibration is attuning to that song, and attuning to that song. And then again, that's when that, and back to that old school, like in that big, the one hitter quitter homie out the clique, you know what I'm saying? big Jermaine, big whoever, y'all know who that is. But anyway, come through like the big Jermaine inside. Come through creeping like, watch this. Just come out of nowhere with that big Molly Whopper from back here. Boom. You know what I'm saying? And connect with spirit. And honestly, again, that's why you gotta, be aware, because just the little small taps. It's like at that first tap, like, oh no, this could be a trap. You know what I'm saying? Like one little small tap, like I ain't gonna follow my ego down this road. Even though it punched me, you know what I'm saying? Like this may be a trap. You know what I'm saying? And again, like keep going down that road, you fall into that trap. Like again, as far as like when we flirt with old aspects that we may have grew past, or outgrown, and and that it was beneficial for us to outgrow. Like, again, say simply with like eating food. You started eating healthy, and you've been doing it for about a nice little while, and then you have a donut. And bam, that's kind of like one little shift. Now, you know what I'm saying, and then you could either shake back, or what, have another little donut. Bam. You know what I'm saying? And then like, shit, fuck it, I done had donuts the last 2 days. Why not get this third one? You know what I'm saying? Bam. And the next thing you know, some type of energy that you had, and I mean, for the obvious situation, if you allowed to bring yourself down back to that place, that mean you lack the awareness, like it was meant to happen. You know what I'm saying? So if you were brought down to that level to get hit with that haymaker, you know what I'm saying, like, it is what it is. It's meant for you to learn that lesson. But again, like, just that simple, one donut here, one donut there, and the next thing you know, I'm vibrating, with enough of the sugar and enough of those little, vibrations permeating. I end up tapping back into a mode where I wanna, shit, bro, I might as well smoke a cigarette. I know I quit for a nice little while, but let me, you know what I'm saying, like, and again, and it just, and bam, and then just something, boom, like, oh man, I might as well have a pork sandwich. I'm just saying whatever, because a lot of people tend to, not like pork or not deal with pork, from religious, whatever, you know what I'm saying. In most diets, most people, tend to stay away from that. But again, back full circle, back to all the stories being told. Dealing with our inner universe, our inner realm, and our inner psyche is just like, like dealing with a cartoon, and so, in so many ways, like, and treat it like that as such, in the sense, or should I say, I ain't gonna say treat it like that, like, hey, to each his own. As far as, if this, connects with you with, tapping into your imagination, because it is beneficial, again, better for you to realize that these, again, you're always dealing with yourself, like the in the physical aspect as a later, reflection, because again, the vibration starts within, and reason why it reflects outwardly second, for one, because it comes from within, and then it takes time, but the illusion of time, for it to manifest, you know what I'm saying. So it takes a little second, and even that depends, because sometimes it pop up faster than others. Excuse me. But again, like, having that fun with, and those exercises actually help, like, again, visualizing going to, the inner child aspect of myself, like seeing the child aspect of myself, and letting that aspect know, like, it's all right that, your parents wanted you to, make honor roll all the time. It's not your fault, and it ain't their fault. They ain't they ain't have no special guide on how to raise kids, like, forgive yourself, forgive them, you know what I'm saying. But by actually doing these things, actually help, to heal ourselves, again, because we're connecting with ourselves on a quantum level. Now it's the vibrate. Now I can simultaneously tap into the past and the future, you know. And again, I always say, not going too far in the past or too far in the future, as far as, like, like only going in the past or the future as far as it being relevant to my now moment, because when I'm continuously dealing with something that obviously is tied to my past, then in my now moment, I have to, go into that past and deal with that, in order to continuously create my future, moving forward, or just continuously being present, in the now moment, to the fullest. Or, getting a little insight, about what's going, you know, what the future has in store. So it's like, all right, I could tell that spiritually we're gonna be raising our vibrations. People gonna be wanting to eat healthier. Deal with more of their psychology more, and so I already like to deal with knowing how people, what makes people minds tick. So I'm gonna tap into the psychology aspect and do past life regressions or inner child work in connection with psychology, or doing shadow work in connection with psychology. You know what I'm saying? Like, tapping into the future and making it happen right now. But again, not staying in that, bam, all right, let me focus on what I can do right now. Because if you stay focused on it from the future perspective, it's like, well, damn, all right, but how I'm gonna do that, how I'm gonna do this, and it's like you're gonna create all these big things, and then you're gonna scare yourself away from doing whatever it is. I always use the example of me starting my YouTube channel. Like, I could have been like, oh, well, I'm gonna get a camera, how I'm gonna do this, how I'm gonna do that. It's like, work with what you got from where you at, you know what I'm saying, and let it grow from there. But again, the imagination is key. Hence why, being aware, you know, I'm not no super be scared, like, and I say be scared of technology, but be dealing with technology, being aware of like how much we interfacing with these, or make sure we do the best of our ability to change the lighting on the phones, or do whatever work you gotta do, whether it be, not being on your phone as much, working with shungite more, a little spell you could do to where you could, work on the phone without being affected, but just having the, these things in the awareness. Because what I was gonna say is like with throwing off the pineal gland and the inner vision, the ability to have inner vision, in which in essence I feel like, yeah, it's connected to the pineal, but overall just honestly just being fully present in the moment. And by being fully present in the moment, you're fully present to your feelings. And by loving yourself, you should trust and listen to your feelings and do what you love. And as you raise your vibration, you're gonna manifest all these things. But again, the pineal is kind of like the tool on a mental aspect, but it's again like the heart vibration. The heart has a torus field around it. It has electricity, flowing through it, just like the brain. But and it makes sense because it's constantly, it has electricity and it's constantly pumping iron. Because blood is red because of the iron, and it's constantly, you think about how iron, like the metals deal with electricity, and hence why it's so important for us to, to each his own on your experience. This is like a prison planet matrix, dense dream world, fill in the blank. So even when eating healthy is like being the healthiest person in jail or in the illusion at the same time, though. Again, we do have our abilities. I always use this as an example. Like, we have the subconscious ability to, be able to put battery acid on our tongue without burning. If I could get my subconscious to, know that, hey, I could do this without it burning, and really get that belief strong in my subconscious, I could actually do things of this nature. But if you're not well practiced in these things, within coming into this realm, there is like a collective agreement of like, hey, You know, almost like writing program, literally. Like if me and somebody writing a game, writing some program, and we writing code and algorithms, you know, we like, hey, you know, the grass gonna be, you know, like when you walk barefoot on the grass with your character, that's gonna allow for them to get more electricity. You know what I'm saying? And when your character eats, you know, foods that in the storyline, you know, that was grown from the earth or grown from out of our game, you know, like the fruits and vegetables or the things we call, you know, a matter of fact, let's even say we call these things fruitables and veg. I don't know. But anyway, like we call these little edibles made in our game this, and these are organic, you know. So whenever the characters eat these little things that grow from these things we call trees in this game, you know, they're gonna get their, you know, their power levels are gonna go up, you know, compared to in the game if they eat from, like, you know, places with a lot of artificial foods, and they eat from the little convenience stores and the corner stores in the game, then, you know what I'm saying, they play a, you know, lose a little R, where they get like a burst of like energy, but then it comes with a drain that is like twice as draining as the energy they got, you know. Like, so again, like it's, and again, also having the algorithm of the game, and, you know, if player reaches this level of vibration or this, you know, mental state of being, or acquired this attribute in its mental, that player could, you know, eat anything or do anything, you know what I'm saying? Like, but again, it's within the construct of a, you know, algorithm or the quote unquote laws of the universe. Again, they are what they are until further notice, you know. But, you know, definitely just always, because it's like, why be hard on yourself? Like, it don't make no sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, hence why it's so important to just get straight to the aspect of, hey, you know, I'm never going anywhere. You know, I never really die. Only this character, aka this bodysuit. So, you know, no matter what, you know, you could never really get it wrong technically, you know. Like, I mean, even if you get caught up in this game and reincarnate, and let's just say you had to reincarnate for another 26,000 years, those years and that time is kind of made up to that construct. You're still, you know, infinite, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I ain't telling you to not care about your soul purpose and not to, you know, care about raising your vibration to have that ability to, you know, raise into a higher dimension, you know, and not have to come back into this earthly plane, you know. But just realize again, like, it just takes less stress off of you when you just realize, like, well, you know, I'm not going anywhere regardless. You know, always do your best, but like, don't just say fuck it, because again, like, there is a real aspect to, you know, and again, it's up to you though. It's how you feel. Like, it's your own energy. It's like, all right, if you don't give a fuck about the storyline of like what's shifting, and you just want to say fuck it, you know, you get what comes with that, you know, even if you don't really remember. You know. So you know, it's that aspect too. And again, like, and always keep this in mind anytime you watch any of my videos on this channel. And the more you understand the universe, you get it too. You know, it's a paradox, you know what I'm saying? Like, again, in one moment it's healthy for you to be by yourself, and then it's also extreme to that, and it could be unhealthy. You know, one moment, you know, hugging people and being a little more open is cool, and then another moment you could be too open, needs to set more boundaries, you know what I'm saying? Like, and, and if you watch a video where I'm talking about you need to set more boundaries, but you know, you already setting enough of boundaries, then that's old news to you. You know, that don't even make sense. You know what I'm saying? But it's for the person who, you know, too open and need to set boundaries. You know what I'm saying? Like it's all, you know, that's when you learn too. Like if you ever do any of this type of, you know, like anything that comes with comments, you know, but especially like, you know, just sharing, you know, information that may inspire or, you know, or help others on their growth, you know, people gonna comment, you know, what they gonna comment. And I always realize if it's never a person that who's like commenting against you or trying to fuss or stuff like that. Like it's never hurt people, try to hurt people. And you know what I'm saying? Like I always joke, like, you know, the moment somebody who is a, you know, like they done put in the work in the position of what it is I'm doing, and they in my comments let me know like, hey, you know, this is like I'll at least give a notice to that, you know what I'm saying? Because here it is, somebody who excels at what I do, you know, compared to somebody who just jumping in the comments because they, you know, and not any comments, again, like negative comments, stuff like that, you know. It's like it is what it is. If you did something for everybody in the world, somebody find a way to talk about how your shoes was untied while you did it. You know, you realize like, damn, I just gotta do me. Be authentically myself. And those, again, law of attraction, I be authentically myself, and those who attracted to the authentic me are gonna be attracted, and those who are repelled from the authentic me is gonna be repelled. You know, but again, it's all inner work. You know what I'm saying? Like you help your, you know, you're helping your soul. You know what I'm saying? And and you know, helping this realm by first and foremost helping you. You know, all your soul. Again, like dealing with your inner work. You know, and then you be a reflection and a beacon that, you know, shine some light. Because again, like, even though it may be an illusion or a prison or a matrix or like a dream, shit, instead of having nightmares, we at least could have beautiful dreams. You know what I'm saying? Like, and at least the prison could, you know what I'm saying, have fucking, you know, wallflowers and fucking, you know, nice mirrors and more space and fucking, you know what I'm saying? Like, and the resources abundant and, you know, like, you know, it's like, because again, this realm it is what it is. You know, there's the constant killing of something in every moment, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the another understanding to get to. It's like the only perfection is realizing that you're not perfect, you know. You know, especially, you know, being like this realm is a dual nature, you know, realm, and it's still, and there's an illusion of duality and everything is one. Again, at the same time within this experience, you know, it has that it allows for us to have that unique experience, you know. That's the aspect, the positive aspect to Saturn in the sense of boundaries, and boundaries, you know, like having a bodysuit and having a boundary to have an experience, you know. But I digress. Imagination. Have fun with it. You know what I'm saying? You know, like, you know, the part of you that, and again, it's all about also being aware to sit with our emotions And shout out to Till Swan, because I'm realizing a lot, on how to really tend to these things. And again, like, you don't want to create this battle with yourself. Again, you're healing yourself. And the moment you go to calling this a demon that I gotta slay or fight against, then you're gonna be constantly fighting with that demon, because you're constantly creating like, oh yeah, I'm dealing with, you know what I'm saying? It's more so of like, facing that 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 energy, that trauma, whatever it is, and and sending it compassion and understanding it, what I'm saying? That's what allows for it to go away and stop acting out, what I'm saying? Word to that horn that just blew. Like it stops, like when we had those moments like, oh shit, all of a sudden I got a strong craving to want to smoke that I can't fight, or I got a strong craving to drink coffee that I just can't, you know like I got a strong craving to act like I did when I was 15 right now, like when I can't, control this, because you get triggered, by these situations or by certain things. They trigger you, or they trigger that aspect to come up, because, again, you've been fighting it. And I realized, like, also, again, like another perspective, like instead of saying you're trying to heal it, because like trying to heal it is almost like saying something is wrong. And that is a situation where, to me, I feel like it all depends on how subconsciously you connect with the word healing. I feel like that's subjective to different people. But like, again, from the expression of it, like when you're trying to heal it, it's almost like you're trying to fix something. You're not trying to fix yourself, you're trying to understand yourself. Because nothing is wrong with ourselves. Because again, when we just feel like we gotta fix something, it's like telling ourselves something is wrong with us. you know like, oh, i I get angry, fast sometimes, something's wrong with me. Like, no, you need to have compassion for that aspect of yourself, and sit and understand that aspect of yourself. And again, literally, so to share free game, like what I'm saying right now, if you just keep continuously getting the habitual nature of doing this and becoming more aware of your feelings. And matter of fact, if you type in universal frequencies and emotions, and I think I got a video on Patreon that goes a little deeper into it, but how to deal with your emotions and inviting your emotions up and telling yourself that all emotions is valid. Like, call them out, from fear, anger, sorrow, sadness, mediocrity, whatever. What, I don't know if that's a feeling, but you know what I'm saying? Like you are all valid feelings, you know what I'm saying? Like, and you serve a purpose. And I apologize for treating you like you was some type of enemy or something, you know what I'm saying? Because again, unconditional love, having compassion, for that aspect. And the compassion is what allows for it to go away, so you don't have to continuously deal with that coming up to stop you. I know, again, it sounds paradoxical, but again, it's like anything. You gotta face the broke leg in order to fix it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you see the dirty car, and it's like, fuck, that car dirty. If I keep looking, if and again, like almost like with shadow work, like, oh, it's negative, or that's dark areas, and if I focus on that, I'm gonna get more of that, because the law of attraction say, like, no, you know, because if you focus on that dirty, like, that car gotta get clean, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, you see the dirt on a car, bam, you clean it off, and now the car is clean, you know what I'm saying? Like, now you could see more clean cars, you know what I'm saying? But you had to clean that dirty one, so you had to look at that dirty one, in order to see more clean cars. And what happens is, because we like, oh no, I don't want to look at that dirty car, so you just let it sit. And imagine that, like, you go and try to go off and do some other things, and like, oh yeah, go here, go there. And then also, like, it's still somewhere back there that car dirty, and that I didn't clean it, and then I'm off doing something, and then bam, that dirty car pull up on the scene, and it's like, damn, and then, like, All right, well, let me switch it up, go over here. And then, bam. And then, you know, the more and more you try to ignore that dirty car, the faster it pull up and the more it's beating its horn. That dirty car like, wah, wah, bruh, clean me, bruh. Like, you know what I'm saying? It don't, and now it's embarrassing you in front of people, which you don't have to feel embarrassed. You know what I'm saying? But again, you done let it get to this point, so it's gonna show out in front of people. You know what I'm saying? And you got to deal with that too. And again, that's how it also may create more trauma, because if you hold on to your ego and you don't see your spiritual growth as something to have fun with, you know, when that dirty car, aka that shadow aspect, or that, whatever that is, pops up, you know what I'm saying? Again, it pops up, and you start to feel like, like what I'm saying is, it pops up when other people are around and looking, you know what I'm saying? Like, that could cause even more trauma if you hold on to the embarrassment of that moment, you know what I'm saying? Like, again, like when that trauma popped up in front of everybody, now that's another moment, you know what I'm saying? If you don't, again, like, realize to have fun with it. But again, we have to, again, if we keep going to do things, with that certain little flow, and something keep coming up, then it's something for us to tend to. Again, like, we in the boat, we keep putting the sail up, but if the anchor is still dragging, we, overworking the boat, and the mind, body, and soul is being thrown off, you know what I'm saying? Like, by trying to, drag, that heavy trauma. You gotta sit in the water for a little second, pull that anchor up, you know what I'm saying? And then you could really, you know what I'm saying? Because again, I'm realizing that importance. Hence why I've been, again, like, I had to, step back from doing so many videos, because I was getting to a place where I wasn't sitting and really doing the inner work from this perspective. Because again, I want to clear things out. I don't want to be out here, because yes, you can, which is becoming more and more extremely hard to do this, but you could try to fight and push your way to manifesting things, even when there's like blockages that keep kind of popping up strongly and keep pushing against you, but you kind of keep pushing back. But you're gonna tire yourself out, like, and you won't be able to enjoy it, and it'll kind of be defeating the purpose. It's like the whole aspect of you want to live a life that flows and doing what you love. Where if you keep being stubborn, you keep the next thing you know, you spent all kind of, time dealing with this situation that, if you would have addressed it and, sat with it, it would have came out way more smoother, so to speak. But that's basically it. Again, be in the moment, trusting your inner guidance. Like, I do these videos because I like to share what I'm dealing with. It makes me feel good to share what I be dealing with and what I connect with, because I know that it could be the missing formulas for other people's little downloads, or, you know what I'm saying, whatever the case may be. But at the end of the day, I do it because I love it, and that's what it is. I'm moving more into that space of realizing, again, you don't have to put yourself in no box. Just be, you know what I'm saying, that sense of it. Now, of course, when we're talking for practical purposes, if you got like a certain service you provide, or a certain good you provide. Of course, you have like a certain little thing you presented under, epic lifestyles, stuff like that. But as far as just like the way we go about doing things, you know what I'm saying? Like, as long as you're not, again, going against the alignment of yourself, in the highest aspect of yourself, as long as you're in alignment with your soul, you good. Because again, you that's where the comparison stuff could throw you off. You go to hearing somebody else's story and, oh man, I ain't doing this yet, or I ain't did that yet. Oh man, they way ahead of me. Damn, I must be going to hell because I ain't where they at yet. Like, just you. Because that's the name of the game right now, is for everybody to realize is you. Everybody, like, the main first thing that most, and again, because I'm, quote unquote, I'm in this melanated bodysuit, what they call black in this realm of reality. And, coming from my communities, is that perspective of like, oh man, we gotta do this, or we gotta get, or even a double, no, we gotta get these people to see it, like, you know what I'm saying? And again, I even catch myself like that, and I done went through that trauma of like, oh yeah, it's like, I just gotta be a beacon. Now again, because I love to express these things, and I came down here in this lifetime to do this, part of what I do is gonna help, but again, like, it's not about like so much focus on we, what, because again, the only person that could heal you is you, you know. Again, even for a Reiki healer to do their thing, you gotta be in your subconscious, be able to accept that it's something that, that is gonna heal you on that level, to even be on a Reiki bed, allowing somebody to do Reiki on you. It's your own mental openness, you know what I'm saying, that allows for you to, tap in. Again, showing how much is about the mental, hence why even in scripture, you know, even with the stories, again, it wasn't about no real person named Jesus, from the perspective of this story existed 16 times before it was in the Bible. Anyway, but again, these little stories still have little sauce to it, because some of it, stems from, still has certain ancient aspects in it that wasn't watered down. But the aspect of like, well, Jesus would heal somebody, and then he would like, like he might have healed somebody blindness just by laying hands or doing Reiki, and he would tell them, go forth and tell no one. You know what I'm saying? Like, because if he go to tell some doubters, like, hey, bro, this guy named Jesus just waved his hands over my face and healed my, my blindness, and those people go to talking, oh man, oh no, there ain't no such thing, bro, you hallucinating, yeah. In which the blind one is a bad example in the sense of like, shit, if you see the man seeing y'all, he could call out that he see, but like, just say, somebody had a sickness that wasn't visible or like at that level, and like, oh man, oh no, that ain't, he couldn't heal such a thing, you're hallucinating, you're doing the devil's work, or you're, you know what I'm saying, like. And that person, if you sit there and listen to, that person, they could talk you out of your, your health, because you'll go like, oh, well, shit, what if that Reiki is fake? And what if that was, like, damn. And you just kind of fall further and further back into, you know what I'm saying? Because, again, it's scientifically proven that our mind affects our body. That's scientifically proven. It's in the book Cyclomancy, and amongst other literature, again, like, and we think about the double slit experiment, with the science of how consciousness affects electrons and atoms, or should I say atoms, but the electrons for sure, So again, that's scientific proof, that, breathing removes 70% of waste from the body. You know what I'm saying? Like, oxygen is healthy for us to breathe. Hence why if you did a scale of people who live in with a lot of trees or be outside more, they're gonna be healthier. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's unhealthy to have a mask on your face. And again, taking it away from just calling it a straight up hoax of what it is, if you just look at the perspectives of how we self-heal, you know, something should ring inside, like, all right, like, yeah, damn, we if you take away all the harmful Wi-Fi, you take away the fluoride in the tap water and the toothpaste, you make everything organic and in non-GMO to the best of the ability. You know what I'm saying? Like, babies start coming out naturally through doula services. The children don't waste their time in schools that's trying to indoctrinate them to work for the system. Like, imagine, you know what I'm saying, like, all that lined up. You know what I'm saying? Like, that'd be a different experience. But that's it. I don't know why I was kind of lost myself in that rant. Everything in the inside. It starts from within. It's not about the germ, but it's about the terrain. But again, meditation, helps to heal. Because again, it's the mental. People be mentally sick. That's why people, like, whenever we in a lackful mind frame, we're mentally sick. That's sick to think that you're one with source or connected to source and it's infinite, and you can't tap into it, but you're connected to it at the same time. That's a sickness. And hence why, with that unconditional love aspect, a lot of our brethren and sisters sick, and as much as we may feel like, how I told you so, or this and that, like the little ego vibe of that, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I understand you're going through a sickness. But hours to vibrate. Not too far in the future, not too far in the past. Again, make sure to hit the little like button if you're vibing with the video. Hit the little bell to get the notifications whenever I do new videos or lives. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Feel free to comment if you want. And definitely though, share. If you want to share videos, definitely share videos with others if you feel like it's gonna help, plant a seed or connect some type of their perspective. Because again, that's another thing too, as I say that, it's not like it's there to help, but again, we gotta allow for people to be open to these things. It's not about forcing nothing on nobody. Again, and also, any and all donations is greatly appreciated. As a matter of fact, and they are making a difference. I just got a new DSLR camera. I'm gonna kind of start shifting into vlogging more. I just created a new little Instagram account. Matter of fact, I might as well say it since it's in the moment of it. So yeah, I appreciate everything, what I'm saying? And again, just the viewership, alone, that helps build up the algorithms for, YouTube to share some funds with me as well, Again, realizing though I should make working this from YouTube, just my living, because again, that's a middleman, but I appreciate, what YouTube does share, you know. That it even allows for some funds to be shared, you know, it's a blessing. I'm grateful for that, you know. But man, give thanks, be present, you know, feeling that little Leo energy coming up, you know, being confident, you know, courageous and passionate about what we're doing, you know, having that pride, that confidence, you know, gonna have like a, you know, gotta be aware to keep it healthy, but you know, you know, dealing with the sun aspect or the ego aspect a little bit, like what we tend to show people, you know, how we show ourselves, because that's like what the sun sign is, you know. In a paradoxical way, the sun sign is like our Leo sign, if that makes sense, you know what I'm saying? It's like the part of us that's like a Leo, because Leo is ruled by the sun, so technically the sun sign is like, you know, but all that. So peace, peace. Happy now, not too far in the future, not too far in the past.